So, heater core, and we got a spring we got to get, we got an air filter we got to change out. Grab this. Got it?
Yep.
Going all the way up. 1, 2, 3. Let's go grab some breakfast.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta get my coffee. Let's get the gate.
We're not tall enough to, it's gonna fall.
It's not gonna fall. Yep.
Oh.
All right, I want to guide you. So, when working with a jack, it's based off of hydraulics. Okay, there's fluid inside this little container right here.
Okay.
That when you push this lever down, it's forcing a rod to go in, which forces fluid, right? So it's physics essentially. The fluid as it's being pushed out will raise this up, and it's so powerful because of, you look at that, it's pretty small. But the amount of fluid, like the way the physics work, is you get this giant canister of
Force.
Of fluid, and it's coming through a small tube.
The force, yeah.
Right. That is now, and then it's strong enough to push this up.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So the way that this works is you'll pump, and as you keep pumping, it's going to push that rod forward. In order to ensure that there's nowhere else for that fluid to go besides that way, you have a valve here. Okay. If you turn this completely to the right, that valve will seal off, and no air or enough fluid can come. No air can come back out this way. When you turn it, turn it to the left, and that will release the pressure, release the air, and allow that cylinder to flow back. Alright, so one of the way you can tell, kind of lean back, look at the front end of the car. Eventually what you're going to want, so if the car is this height, that means it's sitting on the ground, the tire's on the ground, and everything's correct, right? So if this side matches this side, that means that the height over here is only high enough for it to be bolted and on the ground. You're going to eventually want this side to be higher, so that you can slide it on, put the lug nuts on, and then lower it down.
Some more.
Some more.
Okay. You said this is what would happen if I needed to change a tire.
That's correct.
But people don't usually have jacks in their car.
They do.
They do?
Yes. They're hidden. In newer cars, they actually put them under the spare tire, or under the truck pan, or in the wall. So it just depends on. We'll take a look. We'll look at the one that's in the truck, and we'll show you that one to you, how they've hidden it, and go that route. But you're right, they don't look like that jack right there.
There we go. Ow.
Yeah, but there's a certain direction. See how it's rounded on one end?
Yeah.
That rounded end goes toward the tire. That helps to center it on the stud. Now what did you just do?
Okay.
Okay. Next. You don't have to spin it. You can just move the drill to it. It's up to you. You can do what you want. I'm just saying. Next. There you go. And there you go. Alright, for a jack. Now, you have to listen to me before you do anything, okay?
I know. This is dangerous.
So what we're going to do, remember how we were talking about relieving the pressure?
Yes.
All right, so that screw that we were tightening and loosening, if you do this wrong, the car comes down pretty fast. It'll make a loud noise, but everything should be okay. As long as you're not underneath it. Okay? But I'm going to try to teach you how to do this slowly. All right? So I'm going to take that. Again, remember we got one side that's flat there. Line it up. And then with the precision of like tweezers, you're just going to gently twist it just a little to the left. A little more, a little more. And it's going to be tough at first.
It's a little more tough to add.
Okay. Alright, see how it's coming out? Alright. Now turn it to the right real quick. See how you can stop it?
Yeah.
Then you can lower it again. See that? Now twist, twist, twist all the way to the left. That's good. Done.
Yeah.
And then you just reach into there, grab it, and pull it out. How do you open it up? That's got that one. This one's a pull lever. Yep. Once you pull, just lift, 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 and push.
I'm getting better at that.
So we just opened the hood, and after starting it up, getting it running, took a little while to get cold start, but we got it going. So now Macy cracks the hood and says, "Hey, let's just go ahead and do the air filter." So I'm not going to give her any instruction. I'm just going to sit and watch. Good technique. I like it. Got it?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, what are you going to do with this wing nut?
Open it up a little bit so it's just.
No,
like
the wing nut. What are you doing with the wing nut?
nut?
It's in your hand right now.
I was just going to keep it there.
Okay. Just remember where it is, because most people will set it down
and
then
then
forget
That's
it.
Why
Okay.
I kept it in my hand.
There you go. Go ahead and put the wing nut on top of the... Okay, that's fine. You got it. So that wasn't giving you any instructions. I'm just going to shut up and let you do it.
Thank you. That's what you promised to do. I think it's too big.
You sure that's advisable? There you go. Flip it back over. There you go.
I felt the rust on my fingers and I figured out what was wrong. Is this good?
Yep.
Alright.
So heater core.
Uh-huh.
The way it works is you got hot water. Is this hot yet? Cool off yet? Okay, that's fine. You've got, let's say water. It's antifreeze. That's in here. Okay, and it's a fluid. What's happening is you're pushing water into the engine to help cool it off. Right. That hot water in return comes out and it's going into this hose right here.
Okay.
Okay. So from right here, hot water is being pushed all the way into the cab. Okay, we're getting ready to go into the cab. I said the cab, it's not a truck, but into the interior of the car. And we're going to see where that actually goes. It's going to go in. There's another much smaller device like this right here on the inside under the dash. When you turn the heat on, air is pushed across. So you see how this right here, this material, this is called a radiator. Okay. Water or the fluid is running through here. Air pushes across it, and in this case, in the radiator's case, it's cooling the water down or the fluid down. In this case, it's blowing across it, so the heat is being hot air. The air is being heated as it's going across that radiation and coming into the cab. So that's how your heat is working.
That's why it takes a little bit for the car to warm up.
Right. When you first get in the car and you turn the heat on, there's no heat.
Right.
It's like cold air. It's because the fluid is still cold. Right. Once the engine heats up, that fluid heats up. Hot fluid is sent into the cab, across those coils. Air is pushed out across the coils, and that heats the air, giving you Heat. That's right.
We bypassed the heater core as a temporary fix.
Correct.
Now that we're hooking it back up.
Yep.
That was what was the problem in the first place. So what are we doing to fix it?
We have a new heater core.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So if you go in the back there's a box.
Heater core. Okay. Will I damage it if I just kind of?
All right, pull it out.
Okay.
All right. Now, does that look like turn it, rotate it, just like that? Okay. Now, looking at the top of that right there, does that look like anything else that we were just touching? Talking about hot water.
This thing.
Right? It's so it looks like a little small radiator, right?
Yeah.
So that's called the heater core.
Okay.
Got it?
Can we take this stuff off?
Not yet.
Oh.
What we're going to do is we want to remove the old one first to see exactly how it looks on the inside, and then we'll just match it exactly.
Yeah, but I want to peel it off.
Not yet.
Oh.
It might be needed. You never know.
The styrofoam that
It could. Yeah, it could be. It could be used to hold it in place. You don't know.
Okay. The sticker's not going to be needed.
It might be. Again, until you pull off the old one, you shouldn't even really. I mean, verify that you have one, right? Verify that it's there. But for the most part, set it aside. When you get the old one out, you'll know what parts you need.
All right.
Okay? All right, let's get to work on that. So what we need to do is we need to disconnect the hoses from the firewall. So you said, why is it a firewall?
Yeah, because that's a computer thing. Like, what does it mean in this context?
It's a computer term. All right, well, so ironically, firewall computer term is because of the firewall on a car term.
Got it.
All right, so this is a combustion engine.
Uh-huh.
What is combustion? What do you think of when you think of combustion?
Spark.
Fire, right? Okay, so there are small explosions that are happening inside this engine. Gas, spark, fire, explosions, pushing pistons down, turning rods. I mean, that's a lot of stuff going on, right? What if something goes wrong and something's leaking, something sparks in the wrong spot, it catches fire?
Really, really bad.
Okay, well, you got to have fire up front in order to make the thing move. But you really want to protect the person sitting behind this, right?
Yeah.
So there's a wall that comes in between you and the fire.
Okay.
So this
Firewall.
Now, you mentioned computer terms, right? You thought, hey, well, that's a computer term. Well, the thing is, a firewall is designed to be put up between you
and the bad stuff.
Right? So you have the outside world that's trying to get into your corporate network. You put up a firewall to help prevent that. Now, there's different. All right, so you see this right here?
Yeah.
There's a hole in this firewall. It's going into the cab or into the interior part, right? In computer terms, this is what's called a port.
Okay.
Okay? So you have to open up, like if you just put a complete wall right here, solid wall.
Well, you're not going to be able to get any of
But you can't run wires into it. You can't go from one side to the outside. So you open up small ports.
Okay.
Just like in a computer, you open up small ports to allow traffic to come in and out.
Okay.
And then what happens is, in a computer, you monitor this port and say, hey, if this isn't the type of traffic we're looking for, you block it out. Okay. So, sorry I went all computer geek on you, but that's what firewall and how firewalls work. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to, what is that thing called? The hose? The hose to the port? Clamp!
Yay!
Hose clamp! All right, so the hose is clamped on to the port with that little hose clamp.
Okay.
We're just going to put the screwdriver in the top of there. Turn to the left or counterclockwise. There you go. Keep going.
It was Larry's screwdriver that we found in the car.
Well, like I said, Larry always worked in this car. And again, old cars like this, they're not like new cars. You're going to be constantly working on them, constantly checking the oils and fluids and reattaching wire. I mean, this is constant work that you have to be done to them, right? It should be loose enough. See if you can see if you can move it left and right. There you go. Slide it back towards you. There you go. It's off of there now. All right, so now what we're going to do, remember when we was doing the gas tank, I told you to take the screwdriver and kind of use as a pry bar.
Uh-huh.
But they're going to be kind of brittle up there at the top. And when it's been clamped on there for so long, what's going to happen is it's going to have formed like a seal. Okay. So you can try to,
no,
but
I'm good.
we got to wiggle it loose is what we've got to do. We got to kind of break that seal a little bit by twisting, turning, pulling, rocking back and forth, prying a little bit. Now you're going to need your right hand. Yep. Something like that. All right, try like a twisting motion. Yeah, there you go. All right, try in different locations. There you go. Yep, that's it. That's what you got to do. And so I'm getting as close to this as I can, right?
Yeah.
So that I can wiggle and twist.
A lot more efficiently than I did.
There we go. All right, I loosened it up for you. Wiggle it a little bit. Perfect. Now you're trying to put a socket onto the socket wrench, right? Yeah. Now what's that ball right there?
An annoyance.
An annoyance. You try to put your finger over top of it and just slide it on? Yeah. Pull it off real quick. You know the button that you're talking about on the back? Yeah. What does it do?
Pushes this one.
Okay, when that goes forward, what does this do?
It didn't go in.
It won't go down now, right? When you push the button forward, what happens? It allows that ball, bearing to fall down, which allows you to put it on.
Deep breaths.
There's Larry.
Hey. Okay.
All right, so you got it on. So if you're holding this down and you turn it to the right and you hear the crinking noise, that means it's going to go lefty-loosey. Okay. All right, because when I turn counterclockwise, let's use right and left, okay? When I turn counterclockwise, it's going to be turning that bolt to the left. So if you hear the noise while lifting up like this, that means when you push down, you're turning that to the left or counterclockwise. That means that's okay. Okay. We got your front tire put on. Yep. Good, because remember that tire was running flat on us.
What was wrong with it?
It had a cut in the sidewall. The brand new tire had a cut in the sidewall.
Well.
So we had to, we got them to send us another one. Thank you, Coker Tire. Yep. Yeah, I got the little one here. She can crawl under the dash, not me.
Oh, no.
All right, so you see how that has a bolt that sticks all the way out?
Yeah.
This is a short socket.
Okay.
We have what's called deep sockets.
Oh, yeah, I see.
A deeper socket will allow that bolt to travel through without hitting this piece right here. So sometimes you need what's called a deep socket in order to take something like this off so it goes all the way over. Or you can use a wrench. You have to use both hands, kind of keep it onto the bolt there. There you go. Now get that to that point and then go to the next one. Leverage.
Did you do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Woo! Nice.
All right, so what are we looking at, Macy?
Well, this isn't the heater core. It's the outside of it, though.
Thing that holds the heater core housing, right?
Okay.
All right, so let's take a look at that duct tape thing over there to the right. Point at that for me.
Huh? This?
Yeah, that right there.
Take it off?
Let's see what happens when we do that.
That is some ancient duct tape. It's Okay. That's... Just because it's part of the car doesn't mean it's going to stay part of the car.
We definitely want to make sure we keep the original. Alright, yep. Oh, you're not wearing a mask either.
Nope.
Alright, well, let's get that out of there. And remember, you're not just throwing that on the ground. We gotta pick that up later. So.
I know. I'm getting that out of my way, though.
Alright, so that did nothing.
So we're going to have to take
heater
all...
core, yep. So what fits that right there?
5/16.
Okay.
Because I just happen to know that.
Yeah. Now, one other thing we look at when we're taking something apart, what's it connected to, and what all is it going to take to unplug and get this thing moved out. Now, before we start just pulling these out,
Okay.
look at what it's connected to. Look up on the top of it, wherever you can.
It's connected to a lot of things.
Okay.
But...
kind of formulate a plan in your head. Is there anything that's connected to it? You know, disconnect first or anything like that?
This looks like a separate piece than this. This
Okay.
looks like it's going to come off
So you have
with
a
its own
front
piece.
and a back.
Okay.
All right. You might be able to get away with just doing the front.
Front, yeah. But
Right.
that means we have to do these wires.
Okay. So looking at those wires.
Can you just pull them out, or is there maybe a better method to that?
Well, look. Does it have any type of clips on it? Or
This part right here, but this doesn't really. It just seems like a.
just pull straight out type thing? Okay.
No, it didn't hurt it. That reminds me of the Suzuki. This one's a little,
Tighter.
yeah.
Just try wiggling it back and forth, left and right, while pulling out.
There we go. I take the bottom ones off first.
Well, my personal philosophy is to get to the hardest to reach to first. I always start with the hardest screw, that way when I get frustrated and ready to give up, I get to the easy ones, and then I'm just ready to keep going.
Okay. Not bad, not bad. I can't get like a big turn on it because of just how small the area is. Gross. Yeah.
That's enough. Alright, so you've got all the screws off. You got the mounting bracket nut off.
Yeah.
So let's see if you can get that.
Panel? Is it a panel?
Yeah, we'll call that. Working. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, maybe that's right. Now be careful. It seems like it's still connected by something.
Yeah. Okay. Woohoo! Sweet.
Okay, well, good news, bad news.
That's just dirty. It's not bad news.
No, good news is you got the panel off. Bad news is how do you get the heater core out from here?
Okay.
So we think the bolts are out. So I would say start from the top right, or the farthest right, and see if you can pull towards you. Looks like it's working. Make sure the antenna wire is out of the way.
This thing?
Yep. So because you don't want that running into that. That's what's holding you up. Give that a good pull. Maybe. Okay. So when you start pulling, if you feel resistance, that means it's probably connected somewhere else.
Yeah.
So start looking around. As you're pulling, look to see where does it look like it's stopping? Where does it look like it might be hung? So while you're pulling on the right, look over to the left and see, was it...
This like whole piece is moving with it.
Okay. Alright, so got three bolts off of the firewall bulkhead. And now we're going to disconnect the temperature control, which is this little guy right here. In order to do that, we gotta take this little clip off right here. Ooh, a little spark. Ah! That didn't sound good. Out! Come out! Yes! Yes! Alright, first of all, sorry if I didn't get all that on camera. I was trying to film in here. And really rather difficult to hold a camera and turn it. Anyways, I want to go through a diagram like right now and show you, what it tells you to do. I was trying to, remove 3 bolts. I couldn't find 3 bolts, so Macy and I were trying to figure out maybe we just take the cover off. So that's some of the footage you probably have already seen. And anyways, went online. Thanks everybody for all the comments. I can't tell you, I probably would not have found that without some help, especially for the forum for B-Bodies Only. You guys on there, you rock. Showing me pictures of the heater core box out of the car. That's what really did it for me. I was able to see where that 3rd bolt was and find the extra nut. Got the nut off, and then trying to, even after you get the nut off, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Turn this at this time, undo these wires, this wire's connect. I mean, anyways, long story short, heater box is out. We're going to take it back to my house, tear it apart, go through it, clean it all up, swap out the heater core. More on the next time.